Hello everybody, welcome to iExamBee's Legalbee. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExamBee. Embrace the iExamBee learning experience with us. And if you're preparing for any competitive exams after your law, you're at the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Legalbee and stay tuned with us for all the beneficial content and videos which are helpful in your exam preparation. Download our app for 50% faster job preparation. Check our website, that is www.iexamby.com. If you want to check our online courses, the demos are also available. You can check it out. Today I will be continuing with my series of 300 important MCQ series for IBPS SO Law Officer exam and UIIC Legal exam 2024. ये दोनों एग्जाम के लिए important questions हम लोग discuss कर रहे हैं. In each and every video we are taking up a different subject. And in today's video, I am going to take up the Banking Regulation Act. As the students have also requested in the comment section of the video, we have considered that, and I am planning to cover the important subjects for IBPS first, as the result is also out. The students are phased in their preparation. For UIIC specific subjects, we can take up even after IBPS SO Law Officer exam, the time period that is remaining. The common subjects I will try to cover, and I will be covering the specific subjects of both exams as well. So stay tuned. बाकी के videos भी आप लोग playlist में check कर सकते हैं. Today we are taking up Banking Regulation Act. The Banking Regulations Act 1949 was passed as which of the following acts? Banking Regulation Act 1966, Banking Companies Act 1949, Banking Regulation Act 1949, Banking Companies Act 1956, Banking Corporation Act 1949. So how it was passed? Now this is a jumbly question, but this is different for this act. सारे acts जिस तरीके से pass होते हैं, this act was not like it. It was passed as Banking Companies Act 1949. Later on it got converted or changed to Banking Regulation Act in 1966. Banking Regulation Act was passed or implemented in which year? 1949, 69, 55, 59, 66. It becomes very easy क्योंकि अभी हमने previous slide में इसका आंसर देख लिया है. Correct answer is 1949. Actually, it got converted. जैसे अभी हमने previous slide में देखा. I just want to go back to the slide to show you all. Previous slide में हम लोगों ने देखा था that it came into force from 16 March 1949. ये आप लोग जरूर ध्यान दीजिएगा. Came into force मतलब implementation. And जो ये डेट है इसमें ये बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन में चेंज हुआ था 1 मार्च 1966 से. So basically एक्ट इन फोर्स तो 1949 में हो चुका था. So remember that. 1949 is the correct answer over here. If they ask you about the change, then 1966 will be the correct answer. But पहले लागू तो ये एक्ट हुआ था 1949 में. No company other than banking company shall use as a part of its name or in connection with its business, nor shall any company carry on the business of banking in India unless it uses as a part of its name at least one of the dash words. Which are those words? Out of these options you have to choose the correct answer. कि banking company अगर है, other than a banking company, no company shall use these particular phrases or titles that are mentioned in the options. But which are those words basically in the name which cannot be used? Correct answer is C. Bank, banker, banking or banking company. ये टर्म्स स्पेसिफिकली सेक्शन में प्रोवाइड किए गए हैं. सेक्शन 7 डील्स विद दिस कि ये वर्ड्स नहीं यूज किए जा सकते बाय द अदर एंटिटीज. नो बैंकिंग कंपनी शुड होल्ड एनी मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी हाउएवर एक्वायर्ड एक्सेप्ट सच एज इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर इट्स ओन यूज फॉर एनी पीरियड एक्सीडिंग डैश फ्रॉम द एक्विजिशन thereof or from the commencement of this act, whichever is later, and the said period can be extended by the RBI by such period not exceeding dash. 5 years and 7 years, 7 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 8 years, 6 years, 3 years, 6 years. अब यहाँ पे दोनों जगह पे टाइम पीरियड पूछे हैं तो कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए. Be very clear with the concept. First, what they are asking: no banking company shall hold any movable property, however required, except such as is required for its own use for any period exceeding dash from the acquisition or from the commencement of this act. So it is required for its own use, but it cannot hold any movable property for any period exceeding. Exception को बाजू में रख दीजिए. For any period exceeding, correct answer will be 7 years over here, and that too from the commencement of this act, whichever is later. And the set period can be extended by RBI, and such period can be extended further, not exceeding how much? 5 years. उससे ज़्यादा फिर और extend नहीं हो सकता. This is covered under section 9 of the BR Act. Where the office of the chairman of the board of directors appointed on a whole-time basis or the MD of a banking company is vacant, the dash may, if it is of the opinion that the continuation of such vacancy is likely to adversely affect the interests of the banking company, they may appoint a person eligible to be so appointed to be the chairman of the board of directors appointed on a whole-time basis or an MD of the banking company. But the question now here is very simple, that who will continue this task of appointment? Central government, Reserve Bank of India, banking company itself, state government or the banking corporations. Who will carry out this? Correct answer is B. Reserve Bank of India will do this. This power belongs to Reserve Bank of India. Section 10B covers this. Which section was added in the BR Act so as to include the cooperative banks under its purview? First question can be this also, that whether it is included under the purview of Banking Regulation Act or not. And if yes, then which section? Correct answer is C. Section 56 covers this part. That is applicable, though it is applicable subjected to the modifications and all. But the basic provision is Section 56 of the Banking Regulation Act. Direct question है ये. Tricky नहीं है. If you know it, then you can answer it very easily. The applicability now. Banking Regulation Act shall not apply to primary agricultural credit society, cooperative society providing a long-term finance for agricultural development, both A and B, cooperative society and a primary society with limited agricultural credit. None of the above. यानी कि सबको applicable है. Correct answer क्या है? C. Both A and B. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? प्राइमरी एग्रीकल्चरल क्रेडिट सोसाइटी और कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी प्रोवाइडिंग लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंस फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल डेवलपमेंट, ये दोनों को ही बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट एप्लीकेबल नहीं है. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज सी. ये दोनों भी स्पेसिफिकली यहाँ पे मेंशन्ड है कि इनको बीआर एक्ट एप्लीकेबल नहीं है. Which of the following is not the business of a banking company? Managing the public loan and private loan, borrowing, raising, taking up money, the lending or advancing of money, both A and B, sale and purchase of immovable assets, all of the above. Which is not the business of a banking company? Concept is very clear, question is very straightforward, dealing with the basic terminology of the legislation, and the correct answer is D, sale and purchase of immovable assets. That is not included. Section 6 talks about all the forms and businesses in which banking companies can engage themselves. The section is very big. You can pause the video and you can read it out. या फिर आप वीडियो की PPT को डाउनलोड करके रख लीजिए. This can help you in your preparation. These questions can be there with you. Which of the following is not the business of a banking company? This we have discussed. Under which section of the Banking Regulation Act are the banks required to maintain statutory liquidity ratio? 24, 35 of Negotiable Instruments Act, 24 of RBI, 40 of Indian Contract Act, 40 of Banking Regulation Act. Now what they have done here, they have changed the legislations as well. So you have to be very careful in such kind of questions and not make a mistake. अब वो यहाँ पे ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं that they may choose the correct answer and they may give you a change of the legislations there. यानी कि सेक्शन नंबर सेम रखेंगे बट लेजिस्लेशन के नाम चेंज कर देंगे. सो सेक्शन नंबर देख के हरी अप, डोंट हरी अप एंड जस्ट मार्क इट. रीड ऑल द ऑप्शंस केयरफुली. करेक्ट आंसर इज ए over here. Section 24 of the BR Act deals with this statutory liquidity ratio. That is actually minimum percentage of deposits that a commercial bank has to maintain, and that has to be in the form of liquid cash, gold or other securities and so on. They are not reserved with RBI. Banks are themselves maintaining that. What is the aggregate value of paid up capital and reserves in case of a foreign company that is incorporated outside India? Paid up capital की aggregate value पूछी गई है. Again a very direct question. Correct answer over here is A, 15 lakhs. For companies if it is incorporated outside India, and if the company is having a place of business in India, then it will be more. If it is in Mumbai or Kolkata or in both, then it will be 20 lakhs. Section 23 of the BR Act provides provisions related to maintaining of statutory liquidity ratio, opening of branches by banks, cash reserve ratio A, B and C. None of the above. So section 23 provides provisions relating to what? Either all the three terms, none of the above term, or any one of them. Correct answer is B, opening of branches by banks. Direct section based question है ये, but यहाँ पे आप अगर इसको पढ़ लेते हैं, ये important भी है, इसलिए मैंने ये क्वेश्चन यहाँ ले लिया है. Opening of branches by banks, it is governed by which provision? Section 23. Without the prior approval of RBI, definitely they cannot open a new place of business in India or abroad. Section 18 of the Act deals with, Act means Banking Regulation Act, audit, assets in India, reserve fund, cash reserve, assets and liability fund. Correct answer is D, cash reserves. Even banking company not being a scheduled bank shall maintain in India by way of a cash reserve. That will be the balance in current account with the Reserve Bank, or by way of net balance in current accounts in one or more of the aforesaid ways, and that sum equivalent to at least 4% of the total of its demand and time liabilities in India should be maintained as on the last Friday of the second preceding fortnight, and shall submit to the Reserve Bank before the 20th day of every month a return showing the amount so held on alternative Fridays during the month. Okay, you can just go through the particular provision. Section 18 deals with this. Percentage of commission, brokerage, discount, remuneration in any form in respect of any shares issued by a banking company should not exceed in the aggregate of the paid up capital of the said shares. But the percentage what has been asked over here, how much percentage of the paid up capital or paid up value of the shares should not exceed over here. Correct answer is B, 2.5%. Section 13 of the BR Act covers this. What is an exception to the restriction on acceptance of deposits withdrawable by check under section 49A of the Banking Regulation Act? What is the restriction over here, or the exception over here on this restriction on acceptance of deposits which are withdrawable by a check under section 49A of the Banking Regulation Act? पहले तो क्या कोई restriction है? अब यहाँ पे options में none of the above नहीं है, मतलब restriction तो है. But which is the correct one? That is savings bank scheme, which is run by the government. Please don't get tricked in the words used, especially in the B option and E option. You can see that savings scheme run by bank, savings bank scheme run by government. Confusion हो सकता है. Be very clear. There shall be attached to every High Court a court liquidator to be appointed by the purpose of conducting all the proceedings for the winding up of banking companies and performing such other duties in reference thereto as the High Court may impose. So to every High Court, a court liquidator to be appointed by the dash for the purpose of conducting proceedings, winding up and all should be attached. RBI, banking company, central government, both RBI and central government, state government. So who is going to make this appointment basically is the question. ऐसे appointment related questions भी आप expect कर सकते हैं. Options near about यही रहते हैं, RBI, banking company itself, governments दोनों भी, या दोनों, RBI in consultation with government, government in consultation with RBI, इस तरीके के options ही आते हैं. Be very clear at this instance as well. Correct answer is C. Central government will make this appointment. Section 38A of the Banking Regulation Act deals with this particular point, that the central government will carry out this appointment. So that was all for today. Prepare 50% faster with us at iExambee. Stay tuned with us. Download our app from the Google Play Store and check out the full course access, live classes, daily quizzes, daily current affairs available even on our iExambee's app. Thank you, everybody.